All right, guys, so what we're working with here is a 2020 Toyota Corolla. This is the same vehicle as a 2019 Corolla. This is a push-to-start ignition, meaning you push that button there to start the vehicle. You do not turn a key. If you turn a key, you ordered the wrong kit and you're watching the wrong video. So what you're gonna do, first thing you're gonna do is remove this side panel. It's very simple. Just take a panel tool, put it behind the panel, and it will release it. Go ahead and remove that and get that out of your way. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is start the vehicle. The reason you need to start it is there are 2 screws in behind this steering column cover that you're gonna need to remove so that you can remove the lower steering column cover. And then there's also a screw on the bottom of the steering column that you need to remove. So you're gonna have to remove 3 screws from the steering column. All right, now that I've got the vehicle running, you can see that's the screw on the driver's side of the steering wheel. And then there's also the screw on the passenger side of the steering wheel that you'll need to remove. And then again, the one on the bottom of the steering column. Okay, once you've removed those screws, you can unclip this lower steering column cover. It's pretty simple. Do that on both sides. Remove this, get this out of your way. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is remove this cover. To do so, first thing you're gonna have to do is remove a Phillips screw that's under here, right here. Just remove that Phillips screw, and then you'll be able to unclip this panel and move it out of your way. Once you've unclipped this panel, you're gonna wanna unclip these connectors here, just so this panel will flip down and not be in your way. You don't have to remove all of this. Some guys will have you remove the hood release and all of that, but the connector we're looking for is right up in here. Let's see if I can get a better light in there. It's right up in there. So it's that second connector up, the one where you can see the 2 blue wires. That's the connector that we're looking to get at. So, you don't really have to remove this whole cover to access that connector. So what you're gonna wanna do is reach in there and unplug that connector, and then plug in the mating connectors from the remote starter in that location. And then you plug that connector back into the remote starter connector. Okay, once that connection is made, you're gonna wanna route this other connector, this guy here, back behind this metal plate. It's gonna come over, and you're gonna come to this side of the steering column. And on the back of this here is the mating connector for that. See if I can get you a better angle of it here. So what you're gonna do is just unplug this connector here, and that's the connector that you're gonna connect the 2 white connectors in. This one's obviously gonna plug into the female side, and the male side's gonna plug into here. Once you've made those connections, you're gonna program the remote starter. We usually ship them with these directed pieces. Sometimes we ship a product from a company called iDataLink, which is a little smaller box called ALCA. The programming instructions for the remote starter are included with the remote starter on the paperwork. Go ahead and follow those instructions, then test the remote starter just by closing all the doors, trunk, hood, pressing the lock button 3 times. That will start your vehicle. But like I said, it depends on which one of these you got as to what the programming instructions are. So I'm not going to go over programming now. Just follow those programming instructions. Tie everything up. I always tie these remote starters right up in here. There's plenty of room for them. Tie everything up. You should be good to go. If you have any questions or you need tech support help, you have the phone number right there in your paperwork, and we are always more than willing to help. Thank you, and enjoy your new remote starter.